Yo, what's up, guys? Finally, we get to watch an official match of Milan, guys, this season, beating Bari today in the Coppa Italia 2-0, guys. Now, where do we start today regarding this game? So, obviously, guys, we saw Max Allegri go to 3-5-2 formation. Obviously, we saw Pavlovic, Gabbia, and Tomori. We saw Estupian making his debut for Milan today, guys. We saw Ricci making his debut. We saw Fofana and Cheek starting. Salamakers making his return to Milan after the last two seasons being on loan. And we saw Leao and Pulisic up top. Now, I thought Milan played pretty well in this game today, guys. I liked how the way Milan were shaped on the field. They were really pushing high, making Bari's life very difficult. Of course, you obviously saw Leao and Pulisic up high, and then you had a midfielder right in the middle in between them, and then you had the midfield pushing up the field, guys. So I really liked how Milan were trapping Bari in their own end. They were really making it hard for Bari to get the ball out of their own end. And Milan were doing a really good job pressuring them. And then obviously we saw in the 14th minute, Fik Tomori with a spectacular cross. We barely seen Fik Tomori put in these type of balls to a spectacular cross into Rafa Leao. Rafa scoring a spectacular goal, guys, as we saw with a header. Of course, beautiful goal by Leao. Rafa barely scores goals with his head, guys. So to see Rafa score a goal, his first goal of the season with his head, is obviously very promising to see, of course. Now, if you guys didn't know, this is the first time Leao has scored in the first official match for Milan in a game, in the first time in his 7-year career at Milan. Very surprising to see. Great goal by Leao. Beautiful assist by Tomori. And then after we saw what happened with Rafa coming out of the game a few minutes after the goal, very frustrating to see. Of course, he was pointing to his calf, of course. And then we saw him limping on the bench. Obviously, not a good start to the season, guys, regarding Leao, our best player, of course, having a calf issue. The Serie A season starts on Saturday. Of course, we play Cremonese. It doesn't look like Rafa Leao is going to be playing in that game, guys. They might not be playing for the next couple weeks, of course, because calf strains obviously take a while to heal up. And then we obviously saw Santiago Jimenez come into the game. I thought he played well. I thought Pulisic, guys, was the best player on the field. Salamakers was really lively. I liked how Ricci was controlling the midfield, making the right passes to the right players. I liked Estupian. I thought he was making some good forward runs, putting in some good crosses. So really good positive game for Milan, guys. Obviously, I'm not going to put too much stock in this game. Of course, it's against Bari, of course, a Serie B team. Obviously, Milan should be dominating these type of teams, guys. And now, obviously, in the second half, we had wished Milan could score a few more goals. Obviously, they did make it 2-0 with Jimenez connecting with Pulisic. Pulisic scoring a great goal to get his first goal of the season. Now, like I mentioned, guys, I would have liked to have seen maybe a third goal or a fourth goal. But other than that, I thought Milan played well. We obviously saw some substitutions being made. We saw Jashari making his debut. We saw the great Luka Modric making his debut. Every time he touched the ball, the fans would clap. That was fantastic to see, guys. We saw Musa coming into the game. I liked how Cheek played in this game, guys. Obviously, he got substituted. Fofana played well today, too. Obviously, Fofana doing what he does best, missing the net a lot of times. Had some shots on target, but missing the net a lot. Same with Salamakers, very frustrating. Missing the net a few times. So these things, obviously, Milan will get better at as the season goes on. It's the first official match of the season, really, of course, guys. But I thought the game was positive. I thought some players played really well. Obviously, players playing the first time in San Siro, they're going to have to adapt to the crowd and everything. And that's another thing I got to mention regarding the crowd. It just sucks not having the Curva Sud chanting like they always do. This band that's been going on with the Curva, it needs to stop immediately. The San Siro is a place where teams need to fear, and the Curva Sud is a big reason why teams fear going to the San Siro. So I hope this stuff with the Curva Sud ends, because the San Siro was way too quiet. We can hear the Bari fans more than the Milan fans. That needs to stop. Hopefully that stuff gets sorted out sooner rather than later, guys. But it was too quiet today, I felt at times. I hope the Curva Sud can start chanting again sooner rather than later, of course. But other than that, I think it was a positive result today, guys. Like I mentioned, first official match of the season. I thought the defense played well. The team looked compact. The first game of this season, you could already see the improvements compared to any game from last season, guys, other than the Real Madrid game where Milan won, and maybe the Inter game where Milan won in the Super Coppa games. Because Milan at times last season were just all over the place. Defense was all over the place, and you could see it in one game, guys, today, that Milan looked just way more as a team, way more compact, played way better as a unit. Ball movement was better, of course. Spaces on the field were better. Jimenez was taking advantage of the open space at times. Everyone was doing that. So I thought the game was positive, guys. Jimenez, like I said, with a great assist, continued to play well. Obviously, coming back from the Gold Cup, didn't play very much. He's got a lot of energy in him, so let's hopefully he gets some goals. We're going to need him to score goals. Milan obviously needs another striker now because Leao's obviously going to be out. We've been hearing Højlund, Vlahovic, and Nico Jackson, of course, from Chelsea. So we'll see what happens, guys. Hopefully Milan acts quickly in the market, gets themselves another striker, maybe another center back. Of course, if we're going to play 3 at the back or a 4-3-3. A lot of questions, guys. Couple weeks left in the transfer market. First game against Cremonese on Saturday. Positive result today, guys. Milan win 2-0. Some positive performances today, guys. Luka Modric, still at 39 years old, guys. This guy could still play, making beautiful passes, can move well still. This guy here is going to be a key part for Milan, not only off the field, but on the field as well, guys. Guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, if you like this video, subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Forza Milan sempre, as always, guys. Remember, if you do not watch sports, you're more. Ciao, guys.